Hi, it's Denise, running away from home, also known as Only Arethusa. So, I was watching a channel, Spirit Mediums. I love watching those. I love watching them read for other people. I rarely can think of a question for myself that doesn't sound stupid, but there was that one time with the message from Patty that I felt was real. Anyway, it's very interesting watching these channels because they have chats attached to them, and the chatters usually end up, I've noticed, being mediums or tarot readers too, and so are invited on each other's channels. It's sort of like a network. And I don't really claim to have any psychic ability, except that I do have some. And when I tell people, I make them laugh about it, because I'll be like, you're not going to believe this, but your dog is telling me, have you fed this dog? This dog needs water. This dog is just in my face telling me I need water. And I always knew when money was coming in the mail, long before informed delivery, the little application you can use to see what mail is coming to your mailbox that day, which is really pretty cool. Anyway, in one of these channels, I respect all of these people. Some are more powerful with their gift than others, it would seem. But, you know, it is what it is. But a day ago, today maybe even, the term impeccable integrity was used. Something about, if you want to be part of the community, you must have impeccable integrity. Well, there I fail, because my greatest flaw was taught to me through a horrible experience where I was an emotional vampire. Couldn't get enough sympathy or attention or anything back when I first started on the internet. No excuse for it. None. Except that I had a lesson to learn, and I learned it, and I learned it hard. We may not have had impeccable integrity back when. At the start of this journey that I started, back in the 90s, 96, I believe. No. 95, 96. Windows 3.1 was the first operating system I ever used. Anyway, it got me onto AOL, and it got me into news groups on AOL, and it got me into a whole culture. And the people were amazing. I was not amazing. But it brings up this thing that's so important to me that I try to take out into the world, which is that you have to give people room to grow. I no longer am the person that I was in the 90s. Are you? What lessons have you learned and conquered? I'm not better than you, but I'm not worse than you either. I'm equal. It's just that our flaws may be in different places. Our lessons may be different for the purpose that we're here for. And I'm done judging people. I'm done judging people. I like you or I don't. And that truly is the way that it should be. If you like people, you show them. You be a friend. I was thinking about this the other day too. My mother, for all of her bad mothering, was a gregarious, outgoing, fun woman who had many friends. Many. My mother made friends easily. She had many talents. She was complex. She had some personality defects, but don't we all? Just in different places than mine, so they were hard to accept. My mother was like 5'1", maybe 5'2", skinny, beautiful woman. Her sisters, she had 3 sisters. She was the 4th one, all beautiful women. Only 2 left now. Yeah. And it's just stopped me in my tracks to think about my mother as just a woman. It's just like a woman down the street. An ordinary woman. And there was nothing ordinary about her at all. I wonder what she would have been like had she lived when I lived, when the breakthroughs came. But you're raised, and especially she was raised by evangelical Christian parents. Her father was a minister in the Church of God. They're the ones that speak in tongues and pass out. We went as children to my grandfather's church once in a great while, because it scared me. I'm pretty sure my brothers didn't like it either. We preferred the Baptists, thank you. They were pretty strict. Like, you couldn't have dancing, and you couldn't play cards or dice, couldn't drink, couldn't smoke. They had those things on a felt board. I'll never forget that. I'm like, what are all those things? But here's the thing about religion, is it's all about not hurting other people or yourself, because you understand that you come from someone greater than you, someplace greater than this, that is beyond our understanding. One of my favorite verses in the Bible, for now we see through a glass darkly. Exactly. We don't see through to what's beyond this. And there's got to be something beyond this, really. I feel it. So I do not have impeccable integrity from the past. but I do want to assure my sons, my family, my descendants that I work very hard on learning those lessons. And I hope you got to learn them early and easily. I am a person who likes to believe herself to have integrity. But you know, everything I think about me is opposite. I'm just contrary as hell. I am. Look. It is important to give people room to grow, to allow them to change, to encourage the change when it appears to be beneficial to themselves and to others around them. That is when you use positive reinforcement. You support them in their growth, in their change. Because change is hard and scary. Growth, I mean, if nothing else, have you never heard of growing pains? My brothers got them in their knees, in their joints, when their bodies were shooting up. It's painful, changing to grow. And it's easier to stay sitting where you are, especially if those things are working for you. And they'll work for a little while, but they won't work forever because they're not meant to. Those are not meant to last. What is meant to last is an ever-changing evolution into the best you can be, considering other people and yourself and the planet and the world. That's what evolution is. Evolution is not trying to peg people into holes according to your desire or your vision of what they should be. Stop. Stop trying to do that. We are evolving. We are changing. We are growing. And for goodness sakes, if you're going to say you're a Christian, please, please try to understand the basic premise and use that as the guide, which is always love. You love the sinner. You don't love the sin. You love the sinner through the sin. You push it to the side and you just love. And everybody sins. Everybody sins in any kind of way you can imagine. But you have to love them. You can't wish them ill. You can't wish anyone ill. And not only because it'll bounce right back on you, but because it's just not right. It doesn't feel right. It feels good, but it doesn't feel right. If your soul doesn't tremble just a little bit even at the thought of wishing ill on someone else, then your soul needs some work. Because hate added to hate doubles hate. Be careful when fighting the things that you hate, that you don't become hateful yourself. Kind of on a roll here. But today is still the 11th of August 2022. It is Thursday. It's 11:42 at night. And tomorrow is hospice day with a shower and the nurse visit. I was saying to myself just a little while ago, it's the process. It's the long, drawn-out process. And the little changes every day. I'm excited about my Amazon packages, and then as I watch YouTube there on the side of the recommended channels, when you're watching a video, it says, stop buying stuff. It's a TED Talk. It's like, alright, the obvious always becomes clear to me eventually. That is my saying. Eventually, I'll figure out what everybody's known. And I'll be like, oh, is that it? I kind of like that about me. In another way, I kind of hate it about me. I'm asking more often for the most benevolent outcome of a situation. And it appears to be working. And I'm trying to discover if I have any gifts. Not so that I could share them on YouTube. I don't have the face for it, let's say. I think you gotta have a package. I ain't never had a package. I had a package for a very short period of time between 1975 and 1976. I had a package and I got myself a husband and 3 children and a good life that I stupidly left. But was it stupid? The girl that was here, the 40-year-old girl, was just so unhappy and had been unhappy for a very long time. So would I be who I am today? Am I better as I am today? I think these are questions that you have to ask yourself once you get to a certain point in life. What kind of person are you really? What kind of soul are you really? I don't believe in all this manifestation stuff. I really don't, in a way. I wanted a reliable car and a home of my own. I got a car that was not reliable, but I got a car, and I got a home, but it's not my own. But manifestation to me feels greedy. I'm sorry. It just does. But maybe just imagining yourself. I think it's if you're trying to manifest stuff like a car and a home, I would like to manifest love. I would like to manifest truth. I would like to manifest kindness. I would like to manifest tolerance. I think think if we all did that, the world would be a much better place. And of course it would. Well, bent your ear long enough. Just wanted to come on and say that, Allie, that impeccable integrity, that slammed into me like a brick to the head. Thank you.